Hi there, Jen Roque here from StampCampWithJen.com. I'm an independent stamp demonstrator in Summerfield, Florida, and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. If you're new here, I go live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope that you can join us. Also, don't forget to share this video and invite your crafty friends to watch along. I always post the replay on my YouTube channel on Tuesday for those that can't catch me live or maybe aren't on Facebook. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that bell so you never miss a notification when I post a new video, okay? So I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I don't know if you know it, but I am a Michigander. I was born in Flint, Michigan, so I am really excited that the Lions won their game yesterday. That was super exciting. I don't really watch football that much. My husband and my son are very into it. I just kind of sit around and scroll through my tablet while they're all watching, but I was pretty into that game yesterday, so it was a pretty cool game. I'm so excited that they're going to go to the championship this weekend and possibly the Super Bowl. That would be really cool. So fingers crossed. Go Lions. That's right, Mom. Thanks so much for sharing, Kay. I appreciate it. As you guys hop on, those of you that are joining me live, please say hello. Hi, Sue Stone. Thanks so much for joining. We have some really fun cards. I'm going to make 2 cards today. I'm going to show you a different variation of a cool card technique that I've seen recently. It's been really popular, so we're going to do that today. I hope everybody is staying safe with the snow and the cold. Those of you that are dealing with the ice and the cold. It's so funny because I don't really think about that too much now that I'm in Florida. I forget, oh yeah, people have snow and ice that they're dealing with this time of year. So I really hope that you guys are safe and staying warm and being careful wherever you are, okay? Let's see. Oh, big highlight also this weekend. As some of you know, Ethan, my son, he's in bowling and he got a new new personal high score of 155 at his Saturday league games this weekend. So he was really excited about those. Good weekend overall. Oh, another Michigander. There are so many people in the crafting community from Michigan. I feel like I want to say like 75% of people I meet say they're from Michigan somehow. Oh, Roz, excuse me, from Central Florida. Welcome. 7 degrees in Maryland, Case. Ooh, that's exactly why I moved away. I remember the last year we were in Maryland shoveling snow. We were like, can't get away from this fast enough. We were ready to move, ready to go. So really happy with even our, what do they say, your blood thins or something when you go to a warmer climate. So I definitely, like, when it gets in the 50s, I'm like shaking and shivering. And we used to make fun of my father-in-law who lives nearby. When it was in the 60s, he'd be like shaking and like, what's wrong with you? But now I do the same thing. I'm in a sweatshirt all the time usually. So, all right, well, I'm going to flip the camera around. We're going to go over a couple quick announcements and then we're going to get to our fun project. It's going to be really, really fun. Alrighty, I'm going to try to set up my iPad so I can see you guys' comments instead of having to peer over here at my phone. That's always tricky for me. So let's see if I can get this set up so I don't have to keep checking. There we go. I think I might have it. And just turn it down so you don't hear me here. Perfect. All right, I think I got it. All right, so just a few quick things. If you are looking to start the new year off right and reorganize everything, Stamp and Storage is having 15% off everything on their website for all of January. So you have another week or so to get 15% off your crafting favorites. If there's anything you need, please go to my website, stampcampwithjen.com right here. And I have a little picture that says Stamp and Storage. You can click on that and you'll shop with my affiliate link. I get a small commission when you place an order with me, and I really appreciate it. I use Stampin' Storage a lot in my craft room. You can do a search on my website to see different examples that I've shown in the past. And I just really appreciate it if you'd shop with me. That would be fantastic. Okay. Sale-a-bration is going on right now. We still have a little over a month left to get freebies out of this cool little mini brochure here. So make sure that you place at least a $50 order. You'll get free stuff that you can pick out of here. There's lots of cool stuff to enjoy. And then you may not have noticed, but in the back here on page 18, it shows you when you host, you can earn. But this also means if you place a $300 order, it doesn't have to be a workshop order where you host a party. You can also place a single order of $300 or more and get $66 or more in product, depending on how much you spend. Normally, you would only get $36 for a $300 order. So that's almost double what you normally get. So that's a really good deal. So this is valid through sale-a-bration. So now through February 29th, you can do this as many times as you want. And you can earn that extra Stampin' Rewards money. So that's a really good deal to take advantage of. All right, and then if you are thinking about joining the awesome Stampin' Up! Community, I would love to have you. One of the options you can get is this beautiful glass mat that I'm going to be using today. It comes with this beautiful silicone mat. It's really heavy duty and flexible. This little section here you can use to clean your blending brushes with. These sections hold those little Stampin' spots. And this would be a great section to put little things like sequins and stuff that you don't want to get lost on your work surface. It also comes with this awesome chamois. This thing is an 8.5-inch wide square. So it's a lot like our purple chamois that we have, but it's probably about half the thickness, which I really like. And I like the size of it too. So this all is a $60 value, and when you join Stampin' Up! Through Sale-a-bration, you can pick this for free with your starter kit. So you can get this Stampin' Glass Mat Studio, which is a $60 value. Like I said, it comes with this glass mat, the silicone piece, the white silicone, and then that chamois. And then you'd also get to pick $125 worth of product with that, in addition to that, getting that glass mat for free. And that's all only $99. You get a previous paper pumpkin kit. It all comes with free shipping. You get business supplies such as catalogs and customer order forms, invitation postcards, things like that. It's actually worth way more than $185 when you consider the paper pumpkin kit and the business supplies and the catalogs that you get. So that's one option, or you can choose option number 2 here, which is you can choose an additional $30 in free products. So you're getting $155 for only $99. So it's really, what I say, it's 30 plus the $26. So it's $56 in free product for only $99. You don't get Sale-a-bration items with your starter kit order, Mom. I know that's a big point of confusion. People think that they get Sale-a-bration items with their starter kit order. You do not get Sale-a-bration items when you purchase a starter kit. But as soon as you place your first demonstrator order after you become a demonstrator, you can start earning Sale-a-bration items and get a 20% off discount on your favorite Stampin' Up! Products. Now, there will be some online exclusives coming out soon in the next couple weeks. And when you're a demonstrator, you get to preview those. So they will be coming out in March, but demonstrators will be able to see them and order them in February. So that's another great advantage to being a demonstrator, is you get to see and order products before anybody else, which is one of my favorite things. So if you're interested in that, please contact me today. I would love to answer any questions you have, and I'd really love to have you on my team, okay? All right, digital rewards cards. Those of you that are my loyal shoppers, I do have a rewards program. You can head over to stampcampwithjen.com and you'll see a little picture that you can click on that talks all about my rewards program and how to sign up for the digital rewards card and add it to your wallet, okay? For those of you that don't know, when you shop with me, every $50 increment, or $25 increment, sorry, in a single order, you get a point, and once you get 20 points, you earn a $50 shopping spree. I pay for the tax, the shipping, everything. And if you earn your reward and save it to redeem during sale-a-bration and you get to that $50 mark exactly, you can earn sale-a-bration items with your shopping spree. So that's a really good deal. And my points and shopping sprees never expire. Once you earn them, they're yours. I don't put a timeline on that. So be sure to check that out on my website. And then anybody that places an order with me anytime, so like if you place an order with me in January, any size order, I will send you a Happy Mail kit in early February. It's a surprise card kit. We'll craft along together on here, and I usually have a giveaway as well. It's a lot of fun, and it's just my way of saying thank you for ordering with me. So if you want to get a Happy Mail kit in the mail in early February, be sure to shop with me, Jennifer Roque, at stampinup.com, and I will send you one of these kits in the mail. They're a lot of fun. I do something different every time, and usually you learn something new, so it's pretty cool. All right, so let me get the cards out. I have everything in my little kits over here from Stamp Camp. We made these in my Stamp Camp classes last week. We are making these cards. Aren't they so cute? I love those little cows. They're adorable. So this use, I lost my kits. What did I do with my kits? Hold on. Thought I had those ready to go. I forgot. So we're using this Cutest Cows bundle. It comes with the punch, this Cutest Cows Builder Punch here, and this adorable stamp set. I love this stamp set so much. Something to note with this, when I was playing around with it, I didn't even think about it. So, I don't need to take that out. You're not going to be able to see it. But if you look down here, his body's facing one direction and then he's facing the other direction. So the body that has the straight legs is the one that you're going to punch out, not the one with his leg crooked like that. So this is the only one that it punches out, not these two. He's laying down in this one, and then he's got like his leg kicked up over here. But his face, you can punch out his face, either one of those. So that's pretty cool. Let me get my kits. Hold on one second. Oh my goodness. Oh, here they are. I was like, I know I did something with those. Okay. So we're going to do two different versions of this card. So this is pretty cool. It's called a faux shutter card. Oh, let me show you actually, before we get started, let me show you where that is in the mini catalog here. Cutest Cows, page 53. So here are some other examples. So if you look at page 53 here in your mini catalog, there is the example. Now, you may not realize this, but when you see the images that look like they're filled in with white, that shows you what this punch punches out. So like this little U shape here is actually this little U shape right there will punch that little stamp out to make his horns. And then there's this little like oval shape over here that punches out his snout. So if you want to punch that out and kind of layer it over his face, you can do that. So that's something cool if you weren't aware of that. So look for that next time you're looking through the catalog. You see, oh, it's white here and here and here and here. That's how you know that's what the punch punches out, if you're curious. Because this does have a lot of different stamps and pieces. So that's how you know that. Oh, you're welcome, Kay. So, and look at these samples. these are super cute too. The catalog does a great job of showing off these kits. And that's similar with dies too. So for example, these dies on page 42. So the ones that are white and highlighted, that's what the coordinating dies will die cut. So if you weren't aware of that, I just wanted to point that out. Okay. Let's get started. Okay. So we will make, so we're gonna make this brown one first because this one's a little simpler. This one is slightly more advanced because you actually use 2 different pieces of paper. So we'll do this one next. We'll put that one aside for now, and I'll put this, I'll try to put it up in the corner or to the side so you guys can see what we're making right there. I think that'll be good. Okay, so I've already got my blocks on, or my stamps on my blocks because we did this in class last week. This was a big hit. Okay. And then my kit here, and I will have all the measurements like I always do on my website, stampcampwithjen.com. Now, one thing I want to point out with this Stampin' Glass mat, if, so normally when you stamp with something that's photopolymer, I always suggest using the Stampin' Pierce mat just so you have a little bit of extra cushion under, to kind of give like a better impression when you stamp. But this glass mat fulfills that purpose as well because it's got little like rubber feet on the back of it. So when you stamp using a photopolymer stamp, it gives you that cushion that you would get from a Stampin' Pierce mat as well. So that's another advantage to this mat. Okay, so I've got all my little pieces here. And we're using pecan pie. That's right, I said it, pecan, not pecan. I only say pecan when I say, what do I say, pecan? No, because you say pecan sandies. I don't know, what would you say pecan for? I know most people say it's pecan, not pecan. I'm from Georgia, we say pecan. Georgia, I'm from Michigan, I'm a Navy brat, I'm from everywhere. And then I was in the Air Force and went all over the place too. So I've been all over the world. But I claim Georgia and sometimes Michigan. All right, so I have this white here. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I have 2 pieces in here. One is the inside liner. That's what we're gonna go ahead and put in our card for our message. Some people I know like to write on it before they stick it in the card, which I think is smart. That way, if you have some sort of issue and you mess up, you can always do a, you can start over before you put it in your card, but I always just stick it in there. And then this other one, we're gonna put right on the front here. Just center it, and good to go. And then we can set that aside, okay? Now, we need to, we have, this is a 2-inch square, and I'm gonna kind of point that down, and we have, it's your special day, and we're gonna stamp that right at the bottom of that diamond, okay? Now, if you have a hard time with this stamp pad, will they be available? Oh, that's a good question, Kay. So Kay asked, will the glass mat be available to customers after sale-a-bration? So Stampin' Up! Has not confirmed if this will be available to customers. They are talking about possibly making it only available to well, it's only available to demonstrators now, and we haven't gotten word as to whether or not it will be available to customers or only demonstrators after sale-a-bration. So they're still talking about that. I don't know for sure yet. As soon as I do, I'll let you know. But as far as I've heard, maybe, maybe not. I guess is the best answer I can give you. So if you have a hard time, I know sometimes these pads are very tricky. If you have a hard time opening these, where this back hinge is, take your thumbs and press down on that hinge, and that'll make the front of your pad pop open, and then you can flip it over and just slide it in, okay? So that is an easy way to get that to open. So I have It's Your Special Day and Pecan Pie. I'm gonna just stamp that down at the bottom there. And then I have my chamois to the side here, and I just kept it on my little silicone pad, and I'm just going to use that to clean my stamps. Make it easy. Okay. And then I have, so this little strip here is, how big is this? It's about 1/2 inch wide. So it needs to be a 1/2 inch wide by a couple inches long. And what we're going to do with this piece is, if you're good at cutting banners, you can do this by hand. I'm terrible at cutting banners, so I will always use my Banners Pick-a-Punch. This is still current. You can still purchase this. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the side here that makes the banner. So I almost always punch everything upside down. So if you noticed, I put it in the side that makes the banner here, the little divot. I put it in, and then I'm going to flip it over so I can see that it's flat, and my paper's not quite perfect, so it's not going to be exactly lined up in that track. So that's also part of the reason I wanted to flip it over. And now we have a perfect banner. So like I said, if you can do it by hand, definitely by all means do it by hand. I cannot. I've never been good at that, and I never like how it turns out. So we're going to punch that first. And then we have our, it says Holy Cow on here. We're going to stamp that right next to that banner edge. Oops, and that came out terrible. So I'm going to flip it over again, and we're going to give it another try. So I'm going to punch it here. I do not like how that came out. I'm going to try that one more time. It's just a little low. It's hard to do when I have a camera at my face. That's better. All right. And so that doesn't matter, because all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut it to make my banner. Okay. So now we can close that. We're done with the pecan pie. And again, I'll grab my little chamois here and use that to clean. Alrighty. So those two are done. We're done with the ink. Now, we are going to take this piece. So this piece is exactly 5 inches wide, okay? Now, if you have a grid like I do here, it's hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom down so you can see it. So at the bottom here, I have a little grid. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece of paper and line it up. If I can take this off, that's not a big deal. There we go. I just like to keep it on there to protect the corner. So we have it at 5 inches here. Let me move that over a little bit more. There. All right, so 5 inches, right? So half of that is 2.5. We're gonna take our little diamond and center it. And because we have the gingham paper, that kind of helps you line up everything as well, because you can just use it against those lines. And that's about the center. Easy peasy, right? So we're just going to take some liquid glue and adhere that down. This is where the fun begins. If it wasn't fun already. All right, so line it back up. And I like to use liquid glue because it gives me a chance to kind of move things around. So 2.5, right about, oops, that's a little high. I'm gonna move that down. And again, I can kind of use my lines here to adjust everything. It doesn't have to be perfect. Once I have it about where I want, I'm gonna take my fingers and kind of smush it around. Now, for the next part here, we can move this back. There we go. Put my little piece back on here. All right. So, oops, and that is a little crooked. That's all right. Doesn't have to be perfect. So to start our faux shutter here, we're gonna take some liquid glue, and basically we're gonna put the glue all the way down here. We're gonna do a little line. Just a little thin line, doesn't have to be anything crazy. And having those lines on the gingham paper really helps too. And then we're gonna take our pecan pie strip. This is a 1/4 inch wide. And we're gonna line it up right at the top here. And I put my glue a little too far over. That's all right. I'll clean that up in a minute. Whoops. And that having that glue gives it a second to kind of, excuse me, set up there. I have to clean that up, but that's okay. I know my fingers are all sticky. So that's the first step. So you line it up with the corner and then glue it all the way down to the edge. Now we're gonna flip it a little bit and we're gonna do another little line of glue here. We're gonna put another strip down. Glue that down. And then we'll rotate it and do it again until we get all the way around this square here. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for watching. We are making a faux shutter card. Now, this is called, I can't remember if I said this earlier or not. This is called a faux shutter card because it looks like a camera shutter lens. I thought that was pretty cool. So we're just putting liquid glue down and rotating. Now you can leave it like this if you want, but I am gonna add another little step to this. So this already looks pretty cool, right? But I want it to stand out a little bit more. So what I'm gonna do is I have these little teeny white strips here. And these are 1/8 of an inch wide. I just cut a bunch of them. And I'm gonna do another go round here. And just a little tiny bit of liquid glue, very thin, all the way down. And we're gonna take these strips and put them right next to it. Oops. And glue those down. And like I said, this part, oops, this part is totally optional. You don't have to do this. Whoops, the glue sticking to my fingers here. You don't have to do this part, but I really liked how it kind of helped it pop because the pecan pie is already kind of dark. So I really liked that. So another little bit of liquid glue here. All right. Has anybody made any cards with these cows yet, or is it on your wish list? I had one girl at stamp camp, she said her and her brother lived on a dairy farm growing up, so she thought this card would be really cool for her family member. I thought that was pretty neat. I had cousins that had steer. I was always terrified of them. They're so big, but we didn't see them too much when I was kids, when I was a kid. But steer, they're humongous, and especially when you're a little kid, they're scary. They were harmless, but they still scared me. They were huge. All right, and then one more. And I keep trying to clean my fingers with this chamois because I am just getting glue all over my fingers, but it looks really cool. All right, I'll clean this glue up here in a second. Oh my goodness. Hi, Susan, thanks for joining us. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit so I'm not right in the camera. So now we're gonna flip this over. And we're just gonna trim all the way around. And that's a big reason why we put the glue on the paper, on the DSP, and not on those strips, because we don't want glue to get off of our DSP and onto our work surface and make a big mess. More of a mess than it already did. So we're gonna trim those all the way around. And voila, so cool. I love it, love it, love it. I thought this was so awesome. Now, I'm gonna try to gently take my adhesive remover and get some of this glue off. It's not going to be perfect. I think some of it's going to have to stay so that I don't rip my card, but that's okay. If you get any like ink or anything up here, it's not going to matter because our little cow is going to go on the top up there. So you don't have to worry about that. I had somebody, you know, they were worried about inking it up or getting messy up there, but it's totally going to get covered. So it's not a big deal. All right. So now we can put this on our card front here. And we're just going to center that. Just like that. And then I'm going to put my holy cow on with some dimensionals. I like dimensionals. I'm going to put a lot on here. Can't go wrong with dimensionals. Oops, I'm not stuck. That's all right. And then this one, we're gonna line up with that edge of the designer series paper right there. Just like that. Cool. It's a little sticky, but that's okay. Okay, so now we need to make our cow. Let me get some white. What did I do with that? A bunch in here, some scraps. See if I can make this work. All right, I'm gonna try to use my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Mine's been acting up lately, so we'll see if I can get it to, I think I need a new pad. You do have to replace these pads every so often because they will kind of dry out and get old on you, but we'll see. I might be able to get it to work here. And I'm actually gonna do two because I need two cows. I need one for my next one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do these guys now. So there's his body, or his head, I mean, not his body. This will be the body. Okay, and then let's see, can I get it on here? Looks like it. I always try to use up my scraps when I can here. And right there. Perfect. I'll clean those off with my little chamois here. Close that up. And we'll grab our punch. I've got so much on my desk, I can't keep it all straight. All right, let's see if I stamped this right. Yep. So I got it sideways. We're gonna stamp his little head. And sometimes if you need a second to kind of get it straight, you can push down a little bit so it kind of grabs that paper while you position it and kind of move it around slightly. So there's one. Oh, look at that. I did just enough to be able to get this other guy. Sometimes when you have these stamps or the punches with the multiple images, you got to be careful when you're stamping because you might accidentally chop something off if you put them too close together. So just kind of be mindful of that. See, like with this one, you're gonna punch something up at the top here with his body. So I try not to put too much extra paper around where I'm stamping because it also makes it harder to punch it. All right. Oh, hi, Gail. Did you sneak on and I missed you? Sorry about that. I was trying to pay attention here. Oh, hi, Gail. Gail, you will love this card. I know you just got these cows. It's on your list to make it wobble, Mom. You're so funny. I know. I almost did the wobbles with this. I think wobbles would be really fun. Ugh. See, that's another reason you don't want lots of paper because you're trying to punch through all of those different things. So try to make it with the smallest amount of paper as you can so you're not trying to punch through those multiple sections there because that makes it the body harder because you have all these little pieces. So try to just make like a straight strip like I did with the head. That makes it a little easier. on you, your punch, everything. All right, so I'm gonna put this cow to the side because we're gonna use him for our next card, but this one, we're going to color just a little bit. I know not everybody's a big fan of coloring, but we will color a little bit. So this one, I am just gonna use, what's this one? Light Bubble Bath. And this is dark basic black, okay? That's all we need for this little moo moo cow here. And we are going to, I like to use the bullet tip, the fine tip, and I'm just gonna take a little bit under his ears just to give him some color here. And then we're gonna do his little snout here in pink too. Bubble bath rather. Okay. And that's it for that. And then for the black, we're gonna do his little hair here. That little patch on his head, so cute. And then we're gonna do his hooves. Very quick. His little tail. And his little patches here. Yes, Gail did share a really cute card with us today. She's on my team and we have a team Facebook group that we can share projects, and she had the most adorable card in our team group today. Let's see. Oh wait, I mixed up my cows. This is for the other card. The black one's for the other one. Okay, so I made, just kidding. I made that for that card, so we'll just color both of them. All right, so for this one, for the brown card here, our hooves are the only thing that needs to be black. I don't know why I did that. Oh well, my brain is all over the place lately. Okay. For the ears and his snoot. And for this one, we need our, what is this, light pecan pie. I did not figure out how to make him look like he's licking his nose. My mom saw a card where this lady made the cow look like one of those, what was it? The longhorn cows that are real shaggy and looks like he's licking his nose. I did not figure out how to do that. So we're gonna use the brown on the spots and the tail. And his little patch on his head. There we go. So really easy, like I said, if you want the traditional black and white cow, we just use dark basic black and the light bubble bath. For the brown cow, I use dark pecan pie, the dark black, and the light bubble bath. So really simple coloring. So even if you don't like to color, it's not that bad. I'm sick of dealing with glue, so I am going to, well, I was gonna grab glue dots, but those just ran out. So I guess we're gonna glue it again. So just take a little bit of liquid glue, put a little dab in the top corner here. And I didn't even notice this, but I guess when I punched out my cow, the paper didn't fill it all the way. Like you can see, he's got a little hump here and he's got a little cutout, but that's not a big deal because we're just going to stick his head right above where that piece is anyway and glue him down. So not a big deal. I'll do that for this one. And kind of tilt his head off to the side there. All right, so that cow we're gonna put to the side so I don't lose him. And then this one, we're just gonna pop up on our card. I'm just gonna put some dimensionals on here. About 3 should do it. right, and then we're just gonna put him, so his feet are right over the "It's Your Special Day." And you just put him down like that. And that's card number 1. What do you think? That's super duper fun. So this is the little easier version, and now we're gonna do the more complicated version, but it's not really that much more complicated. It's just got an extra layer of paper is all. So I have my kit for that as well. So I'm gonna grab this. So we're using more of that gingham. So this is the Berry Burst from that Glorious Gingham DSP. I have a piece, this is 2 inches by, I think 6, but you really just need 2 by 4, or a 3 by 3 square will work too. And then Berry Burst card base. We have our white pieces, our white layers. This is from the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper pack from the annual catalog. It's got a lot of beautiful blossoms and stuff, and I thought it would be good for like a springtime card, so that's why I chose that one. So let's go ahead and put this together. Again, this is our Berry Burst card base here. All right, and then we'll grab our white, and we're gonna put, again, these are both the same size, so it doesn't matter. They're both 4 by 5 1/4. I'm gonna put one on the inside here and one on the front. Okay. There, and then we can put that to the side for right now. And then again, for this one, we're gonna grab our little diamond here. We're gonna make a little diamond shape. And now I'm gonna got my Berry Burst ink pad, and we're gonna take our thumbs and press down at that hinge and flip our pad over. And then I am gonna grab the "It's Your Special Day," and we're gonna stamp that right at the bottom of this diamond here. Just like that. Clean off with my little chamois. And then I'm going to punch, like I said, put that little punch in, or put the paper in the punch, flip that punch over to get that banner, and then we stamp. So now we have that "Holy Cow," and we're gonna stamp that right next to that banner end here. Like that. And again, I'm grabbing my little chamois and cleaning that off. That comes with the Stampin' Glass mat. And you can get that if you become a demonstrator. Those are available to people that join Stampin' Up! And become a demonstrator during sale-a-bration. So if you want one of those, join my team today and you'll get one. You can get one for free with your starter kit. All right, so we just trimmed that, and now we're gonna do what I did before. I'm gonna move this down so you guys can see my grid here. So I've got the corner of my grid. I'll try to move my light so it's not so bright here. All right, so this paper is exactly 5 inches wide. So we're just gonna take our little diamond here and measure about at the 2.5 inch mark, and that's where we will put our diamond and kind of center it. So this is a 2.5 inch square that we're using here. I'll do my best to center it. The last one was kind of crooked, even though it had the lines to help me. I still managed to make it crooked, but that's all right. Right here. Once you have it in place, just kind of use your finger and spread that glue all around. Okay, now we can move this back here so you can see. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing to do, put our Berry Burst strips on. So we're gonna start with a little bit of glue here, just a thin line of liquid glue. And then we're gonna take our Berry Burst strip and we're gonna line it up with that top point of the diamond or square, however you're looking at it here. Just gonna press that down. rotate this all the way around here. Keep adding. Keep going, a little bit more liquid glue. So does anybody have lots of snow right now? Where are you guys joining from? I want to know who's got the most snow. Let's see, that's watching right now. Who's got the most snow? Let's make it a competition. Anybody? Anybody? How about 6 inches? Who's got 6 inches of snow? Or who's expected to get snow tonight? That's another good one. Nobody? Nobody's got snow? I find that hard to believe. There's a lot of people from Minnesota and Illinois and Wisconsin that follow me on here. 25, Carol. Oh my goodness. 25 inches of snow? Casey's got 7 in Maryland. Carol, you're in Michigan? 25 inches of snow. Whew. Goodness. All right. So now that we've got these strips on, now we're going to take this piece and add it to our card. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue in this bottom right-hand corner. Oh, you live on Lake Michigan. That's right. You did say that earlier. Wow, 25 inches. Can anybody beat 25 inches of snow? That's a lot of snow. So we're just going to put a little bit of liquid glue in this bottom right-hand corner. And then we're going to line up this edge here and adhere it to this piece. Wow, that's a lot of snow. Hopefully you didn't have to go anywhere. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim this off, and then we're gonna take this other scrap, and I'll show you what we do. Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing at this top right-hand corner. So much stuff here. So now we're gonna take this other square end and we're gonna put this up in this corner. You can do this with all different kinds of color or paper combinations. I just thought this was kind of a fun way to do it with these papers. I love this gingham. I think I bought like 3 packs of this gingham paper. I think it's in the annual catalog. And this Masterfully Made Designer Series paper from the annual catalog is another one of my favorites. So it's one of my favorite combinations, I think. So now we're gonna trim the rest of this off. Oh goodness, you guys are right in there, aren't you? Just rain this week, Case. Oh yeah, Carol, I bet you do have to get out. Be easy to just sit in the snow and just get stuck inside all the time. I had that problem. We lived in Maryland and I never wanted to go anywhere when it was snowing and icy, and I just wanted to sit inside. We had a fireplace that was electric, so you could just flip a switch and turn it on. I love that. And I just wanted to sit inside with the fireplace and watch movies. That's all I wanted to do. All right. So we have our pieces. So that's all there is to making it look like you have the 2 different pieces of paper and giving it that variation. So that's a little bit different version of this. So I really like, ooh, my Stampin' Seal Plus just grabbed the top of that paper. That happens sometimes. That's all right. It's the back side, no big deal. All right, so now we're just gonna center this onto the card front. It's ice today, Carol. Yeah, I don't like the ice. It's more dangerous. Snow is definitely better. All right, and then we're gonna take our Holy Cow piece, just like we did with the other one. We'll put some dimensionals on there. Oops. Oh goodness, Here we go. So now we're just gonna line that up at the edge of our designer series paper. And then we have our little black and white cow that we did before. We're gonna put some more dimensionals on him. About 3 dimensionals is good. Oh. This one's not wanting to come up. There we go. And again, we'll just line those hooves right above the "It's Your Special Day." And voila, there he is, all done. So these are our 2 cards here. What do you guys think? Do you like this one the best or this one the best? The pecan pie or the berry burst? I love them both. I think I like this one just a little bit more, but I really like both of them. So have any of you tried this technique before or heard of it? Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Yeah, Nana would love them. My grandmother, she was the one that grew up on that farm with the steer. Oh, thank you so much, Kay. I really appreciate that. So don't forget to share this video on your Facebook pages or share it with your crafty friends and invite them to join us. Next week, I will have a Valentine's Day project to share with you, a little treat holder. So be sure to tune in next week. If you like this project, don't forget to give me a thumbs up or a little heart. And what else? Oh, sale-a-bration. We got a little bit over a month left to sale-a-bration. So don't forget, you can get this little bundle. It's about, I think it's like $41.25, $41.50, something like that, and some paper. And then you can get some free stuff to go along with it too, if you don't have it already. If you want this awesome glass mat, you can join my team today and get that along with this silicone mat and chamois that I was using today too. I would love to have you on the team. We have lots of fun. It's a great crafting community. I love being a part of Stampin' Up! So I'd love to talk to you more about it if you're thinking about it. Send me an email at jen@stampcampwithjen.com or give me a call, okay? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I know you guys are all busy, and I appreciate you taking the time to remember to join me each and every week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great, warm, hopefully week, and a safe one, and I'll see you next time. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.